Good morning, my fellow Playmakers. Happy Monday morning, February 17th, 9 o'clock Central. If you are alive, if you are awake, if you're ready to wake up and kind of kick ass in this world, drop a note right there, drop a comment someplace. Let me know that you're watching. You could be laying in bed, I don't care. You could be on the treadmill, you could be riding your bike across town. I'm not picky. Drop a little hello there. If you're not having your coffee or if you haven't had your coffee yet, I have a hot cup right in front of me for you to get this party started. This is actually the second one right here. And I am on a tear today. I am chock full of energy. So far, the Monday morning has gone just about perfect. Hopefully, yours will, if it hasn't already. For my East Coast friends, you are a couple hours into your day kicking ass. For my West Coast friends, you are just waking up at 7 o'clock. For my friends in Seattle and Portland and San Diego and LA and San Francisco. And I may just be way too energetic for you. I don't know. You guys are pretty hyper on the West Coast. Either way, thank you for tuning in and watching. Wow, look at that. That is a good picture. That is a good picture. I am proof that you do not have to have amazing equipment to have a decent looking live stream. Okay, you can have a mediocre equipment. Hey, real quick, for those of you who have never watched before, my name is Patrick Almond, and I run a digital marketing agency here in Oklahoma City called Stop Doing Nothing Media, and we create playmakers. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit today. It's something I don't bring up often, but it's a central theme of what we do is turning people into playmakers. And I've got this whole thing in my head about how I've never wanted to be an entrepreneur. And I've never wanted to see more entrepreneurs in the world. I've wanted to see more playmakers. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. And on future live streams, in our marketing and everything, you're going to see me emphasize that word more and more and more. Because my opinion, we love this glamorous word entrepreneur, but anybody can be an entrepreneur. I can take a block of clay out of my backyard, form it into a cookie or a decoration of some sort and call myself an entrepreneur. The bar is very low to becoming an entrepreneur, and that's very good. But rather than being an entrepreneur, what you really want to be is a playmaker. And we're going to be talking about that today for a little bit. Okay, we're going to go for 30 minutes. It's 9:04. So if you let me know as you are watching where you are watching from in the comments, I will keep an eye. And let me see, what did I want to remind you of today before we get to it too deep? Let me see here. You know what? Let's focus on this one a little bit. This is one of the ones where, this is a mindset that I like to have, but I don't want it to seem like a negative one. It sounds negative, but I like turning things around this like into a positive. Okay. And this one that I always have to remember is tomorrow is not guaranteed. Okay. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. In my life, I like to have like a lot of countdown timers. Like I have an app on my phone that shows me, the amount of time that's going to happen until my mom's birthday, my wife's birthday, my daughter's birthday. I've got timers for vacations. I've got timers for the end of the week. For the end of the week right now, I can tell you that it's going to be 5 days, 11 minutes, 54 seconds, 54 5, 11, 54. 5 days, 11 hours, 54 minutes, and 50 seconds, or 40 seconds by now, okay? I've actually got an LED timer behind my monitor, and the only reason it's behind my monitor is because I haven't figured out I'm not up high yet. But I love countdown timers, and I love reminders that, that things are, whether or not I want to have a busy day or whether or not I want to lay out around on my ass and eat bonbons all day, time is passing, and my bucket of time will run out at some point in time. Your bucket of time will run out at some point of time. The bucket is not unlimited, okay? Some people get a very small bucket. Some people get a very large bucket. Either way, there is a bucket of time. And at some point in time, somebody will tip over your life bucket and the last drop will run out, okay? And hopefully you will die peacefully in your sleep or, going 1,000 miles an hour on a jet plane because you rented one out of Florida and you're doing dog fighting, okay? I don't know. I don't want to be morbid, but my whole point is remember this as you go throughout the day, okay? That your time to get stuff done isn't limited, especially the fun stuff, especially the important stuff. So as you go through the day, building your business, hanging out with your family, working at your job, just remember that the core part of you that wants to do really amazing things, that wants to travel, that wants to go on vacation, that wants to skydive, that wants to take piano lessons, that wants to, hike the Appalachian Mountains, the amount of time you have to do that is very finite. Okay. So your mindset should always be, what can I do next? What can I do ASAP with the resources I have to accomplish and live my life the way I want? Okay. Which means if you're the kind of person who's saying, you know what, someday I'm going to hike the Grand Canyon. Oh, I'll get to that in, 20 or 30 years when I retire, or 20 or 30 years when I have time. When I have time is a dangerous, dangerous phrase, my friend. Okay. Do not rely on that. Do not live off of that. Okay. You will never have enough time, okay? So try to plan those fun things in your life, those big rocks, those big milestones sooner in your life. More of an ASAP kind of thing, not a someday kind of thing. Now, ASAP may still be a year or two, but someday. Do not plan the important things in your life for the timeline of someday, okay? Because you determine the someday, okay? It's not up to anybody else. It's up to you. You determine the someday. Okay. You have a finite amount of time on this planet. Do not squander it away. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Okay. Please, please, please don't FAFO with your life. Okay. Whew. If you were watching, well, I know you were watching, but if you were watching, let me know something that's going on in your week so far. So far this week, Monday, February 17th. I love it when my Monday mornings can start off in the sweet spot. And that's always has to do with preparing. So far this morning, I've gotten up at a decent time, I think 4:50, 4:55. I got a good treadmill jog in. I've been jogging to these military cadences pretty recently, which I absolutely love. They keep me on rhythm. They lift my spirits. Even though I wasn't a Marine, I'm not going to be an airborne ranger, whatever it is. Those things are great to jog to. And then, obviously got home, cleaned up, got into the office, and it's just one of those days where the morning is firing well. And I hope it's that way for you too. And if it's not, I would encourage you to plan for that kind of thing on Sunday, okay? I like to work points in my Sunday to plan for my Monday morning. And so far, so good. Don't know about how the weather is where you are. The weather is brutal in Oklahoma right now. It's going to get brutal for the next couple of days. Let me see here. Let me see here. What's the weather going to be here? It was pretty brutal. Oh, next couple of days, it's supposed to be 7 degrees for a low tomorrow, 4 degrees for the day after that, 3 degrees for the day after that, and then it starts warming up. Okay, and then we start getting, and then next week it's going to be the 70s, high 60s and 70s, high 60s and low 70s. So wherever you are, especially my friends on the East Coast, my sympathies if you're caught up in any of that flooding. That sounds brutal. I've been catching up on that news a little bit. But hopefully all this crappy weather will pass all parts of the country pretty soon. And we'll have some good weather for some outdoor hiking. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Especially here in the next 40 days, 42 days, because, drum roll please, I will be in Costa Rica in exactly 42. Remember I told you I like countdown timers? I can tell you down to the second when I will be in Costa Rica. Where's my little countdown timer app? It's right in front of me. Where's my little countdown timer app? It's like right in front of me, and I can't see it because where is oh, there it is right there. Let me see. 41 days, 21 hours, 49 minutes, and 30 seconds is how long it will be until I will be in Costa Rica. Okay. And by that time, hopefully we've all warmed up. I hear the weather in Costa Rica is pretty mild, but that's a pretty big, that's kind of checking off. It's a business trip, but one of the things, the more travel, which is my goal, which is I was talking about. And if I'm lucky, I'll get to plan another trip or two this year, either nationally or internationally. That's what I'm really looking forward to. 48 days have passed in the year, 317 days left. Your year is 13% done, and I want you to stop and think for a second. Are you 13% along where you want to be? Okay? It's part of my whole time elapse thing. 13% of the year is done. Are you 13% or greater as to where you want to be? I can confess I am. I have a MRR goal, a monthly income goal for this year, and I am on track to meet it. Just got to keep busting my chops, working my ass off to get there. Okay, it's not a small goal. but I can say I am definitely on track. And so the first thing I'll be doing after this live stream today is getting back on that, making sure I bust my ass to accomplish my goals this year. Okay, let's talk about what we want to talk about. You have probably seen me reference in our marketing and in our YouTube videos. We're just over 5,000 subscribers. I think on our way to, I think we're at 50 over 5,500 on our way to hit 6,000. Thank you for subscribing. And by the way, if you do subscribe, a little reward pops up on the screen here. So if you're watching live, make sure you do that. And I am on my mission, and I want to share that with you because I want to become your mission also, is for those friends of mine or for those connections of mine that are living in the entrepreneur world. You know, you've probably got in the or those of you who have a full-time W-2 job and you want to be an entrepreneur. We have glorified and glamorized this word entrepreneur as a really cool thing to be. You know, yeah, when you're an entrepreneur, you don't have a boss. You can wake up and work 10 hours a week if you want, or 100 hours a week, and it's glamorous, and you have fancy, $50 martini lunches every single day, and you can travel the world and live on the beach and live the laptop lifestyle. We've glamorized this word of entrepreneur, and the challenge is we've made it seem so simple and so easy. And when you get into it, it's not easy work. It's not easy work starting, running, growing your own business. I will be the first to say that. Anybody here who's been an entrepreneur, if you had an easy time of it, congratulations. 99% of the entrepreneurs I talk to and network with, and I network with a lot, don't have an easy time going at it when they first start up. Okay. And also, that word entrepreneur can mean anything, which has always been my challenges recently. So I'm on a mission now to create something called Playmakers. Okay. And think about a playmaker as being an entrepreneur on steroids, okay? A playmaker is somebody with a plan. A playmaker is somebody who is a relentless when it comes to taking action and executing, okay? A playmaker is someone you know in your industry. And that's one of the things I was going to talk about today is 5 things that kind of transform you from being the average everyday entrepreneur into a playmaker. And yeah, I do say that with a little bit of aggression, but it's just so much more important than being just an entrepreneur. I mean, anybody can be an entrepreneur. And I don't mean to mock that phrase or make fun of it or denigrate it at all, but it's just, anybody can be come up you can go out and buy a white t-shirt, put some decals on it and say, "Hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I run a business," okay? You may not have any income, you may not have any clients, you may not have any profit, but you can just walk out of the gate and say, "I'm an entrepreneur." That's not good enough. Okay. That's not good enough if you are a person with giant ambitions, giant dreams, giant goals. You have to think bigger. Okay. You have to think bigger than being an entrepreneur. And the way you're going to think bigger is thinking about what it takes to be a playmaker. Okay. And there are several things that you are going to see me talk about in my marketing long term about what it takes to transform from an entrepreneur into a playmaker. But here are 5 ones. Here are 5 ones. Okay, here are the 5 that I want you to take into Monday, as kind of a way to kind of alter your marketing or altering your mindset from the entrepreneur mindset to the playmaker mindset. I mean, I believe in playmaker so much that I'm just everything, all my marketing, all my branding is transforming around this phrase. Okay. They are loud. Everybody in their industry knows them. That's rule number 1. Okay. In the world of marketing, my world of digital marketing, there are certain names okay? You know the Dan Kennedys of the world. You know the David Ogilvies. You know the Russell Brunsons. You know the Billie Jeans. You know these big names in your industry, and especially if you kind of micro niche down. So, like in the medical marketing world, there are certain people, certain names in the NASCAR marketing world, in the coffee marketing world. Okay, there are people out there that are just standing, and you know them. Okay, sometimes you even only have to reference them by their first name. And the entertainment world does this a lot. Okay, does anybody know Cher's last name or Madonna's last name? Any of that stuff? No, they're one word brand, and you know who it is. They are playmakers in your field. And in marketing circles, you could probably say Billy or Russell or Dan or just Ogilvy, and people will instantly know who you're talking about, and it's a point of reference. Okay, that's what I want for you. Is I want you to be loud, and I want everyone in your world to know who you are. Now, I'm not going to say that I've accomplished this very well, but there have been times where I show up to speak in certain audiences or in certain panels, or I go to appear on the media, or I just go to like a simple mixer or socialization event, networking event, if you will. And there are some times that people already know me, and I'm shocked because I didn't think I was doing it that well. But that's what I want for you. And that's one of the key 5 differences between an entrepreneur and a playmaker is you can walk into a room and say, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I make jewelry with beads. Well, have you sold any? Nope, I'm just getting started. Okay. Well, that's going to be different than the artistic person who has a platform, who's been loud, and her name may be Melissa. Let's call her Melissa. And Melissa's bracelets, because Melissa's been doing bracelets for 5 years, and her bracelets are amazing. They're pricey, but if you go to Melissa, you're going to get a quality product. Melissa is the name in Oklahoma for bracelets. Okay. Now I just made that up. But that's what I want for you. Is I want your marketing to be outrageous. I want your marketing to be loud. And I want everybody in your industry to know who you are. Okay. I don't want them to wonder. I want them to use you as a frame of reference. I want people to say, hey, oh, Melissa did it this way. We should probably try it that way because Melissa's got the formula. Okay. So don't ever be afraid to be loud and outrageous. Don't be afraid to do live streams like you see me do. Don't be afraid to be wild and silly videos for content creation. Okay. We all follow people on YouTube and Instagram who are loud and outrageous, and we love them for that. And oftentimes, as entrepreneurs, we wish we could be like that. We just don't know how. We just don't know how to be odd and weird and quirky. And if you want some tips on that, feel free to message me on social media or text the office here, 405-217-4752. You can text and ask for Patrick, and I can give you some advice on how to be a little bit more loud, a little bit more outrageous. A lot of times I do it with wardrobe. I do it with my actions. I do it with the things I put out there. If you've seen my wardrobe, I've got plenty of loudness in my clothes. But everybody in your industry knows you, okay? Another difference between kind of a playmaker and an entrepreneur is a playmaker doesn't know what the word I can't means. And what I mean by here is they're the kind of person who sees a solution to every problem. Some people see, a problem in every situation, a barrier, a reason I can't. Okay? Playmakers, in my opinion, just say, okay, we can't, somebody may bring something to them, well, we can't do this, and we can't do this, and we can't do that. I'm like, why? Why can't I? Why? That's a very good answer to a question when you're a playmaker. If someone brings a problem or a challenge to you, just say, why can't we? Why can't we? We can. We 100% can. I don't care if nobody did it before us. I don't care if it's not the industry norm. We sure as heck can. So if you're going to be a playmaker, get used to that mindset more of, you don't believe you can't do something. You may not be able to do it for, budgetary reasons or, belief reasons, but whenever you think about the rules in your industry or the rules of marketing and the rules of running a business, man, start kicking them damn doors down, if you will, okay? Become the badass. Nobody can tell you how to start, grow, and run your business. Well, I take that back. Some people can, but you know what I mean for the most part. Don't try to be average. Don't try to be normal. Don't try to be another Me Too business, okay? Kick down some barriers. Break down some walls. They have a unique approach. This is number 3. They have a unique approach to a classic strategy. And actually, you know what? I'm going to combine 3 and 4 here. They have a unique approach to a classic strategy, and they live by this. My number 4 was a phrase which I use all the time. I've never heard it before. I think it's a Patrick original. If it's not, it should be. Good marketing of a poor product will always do better than poor marketing of a great product, okay? So 3 was they have a unique approach to a classic strategy, and 4, good marketing of a poor product will always beat poor marketing of a great product, okay? What this means is if you're going into an industry like car sales or real estate or another business, another industry where you're almost a commodity, okay? I was a realtor at some point, okay? And I could always become one again. I don't know. I like having my license. It gives me access to information, even if I'm not going to sell houses. I was a realtor at some point, okay? And finding a realtor in your city, in your county, in your state is not hard. Realtors are almost a commodity, okay? A lot of people have their real estate license for investing. A lot of people do it part-time. There are just various reasons to have a real estate license. It is not hard to be a realtor. I know realtors are very sensitive about who gets to use that word realtor. But it's just, it's a commodity. Why would you just be another realtor out there? Except for if you pay attention, you will find realtors in your market If you search that you've never heard of, and you will find some that are outstanding and have amazing branding, okay? The product is the same. All realtors pretty much do the same thing, okay? They help you buy, they help you sell, they help you fill out a shit ton of paperwork, they bring you a gift basket at closing, they make sure you have a ton of business cards for referrals, okay? The job and the process of managing a real estate transaction and being a realtor is pretty much the same. So what makes it different? What makes a difference is the branding, giving yourself a unique name, positioning. I am this realtor who has this experience, who's been doing it for this many years, and this is how I am different than these other realtors, okay? There are things in your marketing and branding that you can do to stand out, even though your product that you are selling is a commodity product, okay? And by commodity, I mean that there's a lot of it out there. Thank you, Rayhan. Let me know who where you're tuning in from, man. Um, um, but there are so many things out there where you're a commodity. If you're an electrician, if you're a realtor, if you're a plumber, if you're somebody who does woodworking, if you're a lawn person, there are so many things out there where you could be a commodity. But you have control of that. And you can polish the turd, if you will, okay? Or polish whatever your commodity service is. A good example is these people now on YouTube who mow lawns and edging and do big kind of lawn gigs. They have these YouTube channels now that are absolutely that are fascinating because they're basically recording them doing their work, and they will do jobs for free, and that racks up a shit ton of video views, okay? And that gets them referral business, okay? So if you're somebody who's in a commodity business like that, consider recording your work. Okay, recording your work is marketing. Showing people how you do things is marketing. Okay, people love, excuse me, people love that behind the scenes stuff. Okay, start doing that more in your business, and it's not hard. Do not wait for the perfect camera and the perfect lighting and the perfect sound to start documenting your business. It's marketing. And if you're a realtor, for example, who does a video every single day or a video once a week, you've already got a leg up on all the other realtors in your area, okay? Because most realtors will not do that. It's work. Okay, content creation, content marketing, it's work. And I'm just using a realtor as an example. You can do this with just about any industry out there. You can take something that looks like a commodity and maybe boring or dull or average or just something that's not terribly interesting, and you can put a fun marketing spin on it. And that fun marketing spin is how you are going to differentiate yourself from somebody who doesn't do it. Okay. And the beautiful part about this is with that marketing spin, you can probably actually charge a little bit more, okay? People don't care. They want that fun person. They want that cool person they saw in the video. They want that person that's a little bit loud, a little bit outrageous, okay? There have been times where I've walked into in meetings, marketing meetings here in my local city, or different events, and people are like, you don't have to sell yourself for me. I've watched your content for a year. I've watched your videos, Patrick. We want to hire you. Tell me the amount and I'll write out a check. Okay. That's what you get from this. Number one, you position yourself as not being average, as not being a commodity. Okay. And number two, closing business becomes easier. Okay, closing business becomes easier if there are people watching your content, and it happens to me all the time. People watching your content and consuming what you put out and getting comfortable with you and getting warm with you. And by the time they are ready to do business, because it may be a day, a month, a year, by the time they're ready to do business, they trust you because you are more than just the realtor. You are the entertaining realtor. You are the informative realtor. You are the realtor they trust even before they met you, okay? And that's a huge one. People, you'd be surprised how much people just follow you on social media and end up with an implicit, understanding of trust, even though they may have never met you. So by the time they are ready to work with you, maybe 3 months after they watch their first video, then they 100% trust you, and they just want to know where's the form to fill in their credit card number. Okay, so remember this phrase: good marketing of a crappy product will always be crappy marketing of a good product. Okay. Forget the crappy product, okay? Make that commodity, okay? And the last one for now is one way you will know that you're a playmaker versus an entrepreneur is you will get parodied, you will get mocked, you will get made fun of, but in all those cases, people are still talking about you. Okay? That's what matters. I don't care if somebody makes a video mocking me or making a parody of me or making fun of me. You know what? They're talking about me. It's more free marketing for me, okay? I've always thought it's hilarious when people do a long video and they rant about someone or something they don't like, because what they're doing is they're giving free marketing to that thing. So if you want to make a video parodying Patrick Allman or mocking me or making fun of my eyebrows or a little dot on chin I have right here on my nostrils, or maybe I have a hair coming out of my ear, if you ever want to make fun of me, by all means do so. I can guarantee it. The day you make fun of me, the day you mock me, my website views will go up and my video views will go up and my YouTube subscribers will go up. So knock yourself out. Okay. Now, this is not 100% a list of everything that differentiates an entrepreneur from a playmaker. This is just a beginner list. This is just something to wet your whistle, to wet your brain whistle, and get you thinking, how can I be more of a playmaker and less of just an entrepreneur? Okay. I don't want my clients, my customers to just be entrepreneurs. I want them to be entrepreneurs, playmakers. There we go. I want them to be playmakers. Don't just be average. Don't be a commodity. Be a playmaker. Okay? Go out there today and try and be a playmaker. Okay? We have done our half hour. I am going to get started in my playmaker day and build some great, amazing playmaker things for you. If you haven't done so, please give me some social love. Either share this video or subscribe on YouTube, and make sure that you hit the notification bell also to get notified about these videos. But definitely go subscribe. Like I said, I think we're over 5,500 subscribers. We'll be at 6,000 pretty soon, then 10,000, then 100,000, and then 1,000,000. And you will wish you had been one of the first 6,000 there. My friends, have a great, great day. Go be awesome to each other. Buy somebody else's coffee today, or buy somebody else a donut, okay? Don't keep all that money or that stuff that you have to yourself. Share the wealth. Share the wealth around, okay? If you can afford a cup of coffee at Starbucks, you can afford 2 or 3 cups of coffee at Starbucks, okay? Especially those of you that buy that venti tall sugar whipped cream foam extra shot whipped cream bullshit, okay? If you can buy that for someone, you can buy 2 of them, okay? Share your money, share your wealth. It means nothing if it stays in the bank account. As always, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for, watching. Thank you for participating. Make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions, either text the office 405-217-4752 or message us on Facebook and we'll get back to you ASAP. I'm going to polish off the last cup of coffee in my coffee and motivation cup. As always, my friends, stop fucking procrastinating. Do what the coffee cup says. Stop fucking procrastinating, okay? You have a great, great day, and we will see you soon. Take care.